Building Gadgets adds tools to place, exchange, delete, copy and cut and paste multiple blocks at once. Before starting, check your settings keybind, which is G by default. Fix any keybind conflicts and charge your gadgets. The mod doesn't add charging, so use something like charging gadgets for simple charging or flux networks for wireless. First up, we have the building gadget. Sneak right-click any block to choose it to build with. If you select the top slab, then it will only place top slabs, and directional blocks like stairs will remember their orientation. If you hold down the settings key, you can enable ray trace fluids, which also allows selecting water source blocks. There are some blocks, like waterlogged ones, that can't be selected. By default, it will use the setting Build to Me, which will place blocks from the face you are looking at toward you. It will fill every empty space and not touch existing blocks. You can also build floors, walls, horizontal and vertical pillars, stairs, surfaces and grids. You can set how large you want them to be by changing the range option or using the associated keybind. The surface option will add a layer of blocks based on already existing ones, and the grid option will space blocks out evenly with 1 to 6 empty blocks between, depending on the range selection. Stair placement is not super intuitive. If you look at the top of a block, it will build upward. If you look at the side or bottom of a block, it will build downward. If it builds towards you or away from you will depend on your elevation. So if it's not doing what you want, move 1 to 2 blocks up or down. If you enable Place on Top, it will move the placement upward by 1. This works for stairs, horizontal wall, horizontal row, and grid. When using Build to Me, it will change how close to you it builds. And enabling ray trace fluids also lets you build on top of water, both source and flowing blocks. There are a few additional options if you select surface building. If you use ray trace fluids, it will think that flowing water blocks are different if they don't have the same water level. By default, it will only build out from blocks that are identical to the one you are looking at. But if you wanted to ignore block type, then you can enable Fuzzy. Connected area will only target blocks that are connected to each other, but in version 1.3.9 this seems to not work with the building gadget. The options on the left side of the settings menu are also very useful. Undo does what it says. Bind inventory lets you pick an inventory that the gadget will use for building blocks. This inventory can also be an Applied Energistics wireless access point. To select the inventory, toggle on the bind mode and sneak right-click the inventory you want. The anchor can bind the build preview to a spot and let you walk around it to get a better look at the placement. The last setting only changes block animations. The exchanging gadget works the same as the building gadget, it just replaces blocks instead of adding new ones. But here, the connected area option actually works. There is one additional option, which is Affect Block Entities, which means it will exchange things like chests. If you replace chests, it will eject any items the chest contained. With both the copy-paste and cut-paste gadgets, you first want to select Copy or Cut in the settings wheel, and then right-click the first corner and sneak right-click the second one to copy or cut everything between. You can't select air, but you can adjust your selections using the settings menu, or even type in absolute coordinates. When pasting, you can choose a block offset. You can tell both tools to replace blocks, which deletes the old blocks forever. The rotate button does a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. When using the cut and paste gadget, you also have to click Cut on the top left of the settings menu to confirm the selection. There is no undo for cutting, and the tool is not as reliable as copy-paste. Use it with caution, as the blocks you cut can disappear in extreme cases. Copy-paste is safer, but it's still a good idea to wait for a paste operation to be completely done before you try to undo or paste again. Big pastes can cause lag. The copy-paste gadget also has a materials list that is extremely useful. The cut and paste tool needs no materials during the paste because it reuses the blocks that were cut. The last gadget is the destruction gadget. You have to at least increase the depth to 1 for anything to happen, and the biggest area is 33 by 33 by 16. And heed the warning, it destroys all blocks. It can also destroy entities and water if you toggle those. The copy-paste and cut-paste gadgets can save blueprints to swap between different builds easily, or copy them between worlds. To do this, you need a template manager. Input your gadget that has something copied or cut in it. If you want to save the template for later use in your current world, just put a paper in the other slot and click Save. To load it back into the tool, you just have to put the tool and the schematic in the manager and click Load. To copy between worlds, click Copy, and it will put the schematic into your clipboard, so you can either paste it into a template manager in another world, or you can put it into any text editor for use later. Clicking the Render button swaps between a material list and a render of the build. You can even input a name for your template. I hope this quick tutorial has helped you in your building efforts. Let me know what you want me to cover next.